Hello my friends, welcome back to a brand new episode on Space Expense. Today we are covering the latest in space exploration, including NASA and SpaceX's Crew 11 mission set for August 5th, 2025. With astronaut Zina, Mike, Kimiya and Oleg heading to the ISS after a successful dress rehearsal. SpaceX is also advancing with Ship 37 and Ship 38, undergoing critical tests for Flight 10 and 11, whilst Australia's Eris rocket, despite a brief flight on July 30th, 2025, marks a significant step in its space ambitions. This and many more to be shared on today's episode on Space Expense. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what exactly are you waiting for? Kindly take a second, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel so that you do not miss any of our future updates. I drop 2 new videos each week. They are all bangers and trust me, you do not want to miss any of them. Let's dive right in, shall we? Today we are diving into the exciting world of space exploration with Blue Origin and New Glenn. Blue Origin recently conducted a critical test of the New Glenn's forward module, focusing on the hydrogen peroxide system that powers the reaction control system, or RCS. This system is vital for the rocket's ability to reorient itself in space and landing precisely even in high winds. The RCS provides an impressive 20,000 pounds of thrust in any direction, comparable to a single F-18 Super Hornet engine. This power is crucial for the rocket's success during its second flight attempt. Back in January 2025, with New Glenn's inaugural mission, NG-1, made history by reaching orbit, marking a significant milestone for Blue Origin. However, the ambitious attempt to land the booster on the first try in the Atlantic was postponed due to high sea states. Now, as Blue Origin gears up for the second flight, these tests are part of a broader effort to ensure the rocket's reliability and performance. The company's investment of over $1 billion in rebuilding Launch Complex 36 at Cape Canaveral underscores their commitment to this project. The New Glenn rocket is not just about reaching orbits, it's about establishing a sustained human presence on the moon and beyond. Future missions will carry the Blue Moon Mark 1 cargo lander and the Mark 2 crew lander as part of NASA's Artemis program. Stay with us in our future updates as we follow their progress and the journey of the New Glenn into the future of space exploration. This testing phase is a testament to Blue Origin's dedication and innovation. What Blue Origin is trying to do with New Glenn is incredible, and we the spectators, we are rooting for this mission success. Also in other updates, Australia made history with the Eris rocket. It was incredible to see. The launch of the Eris rocket marks Australia's first attempt to an orbit rocket launch in over 50 years, following the last successful launch in 1971 from Woomera. Earlier this year, Glenmore Space faced multiple delays, including a technical issue with the payload fairing in May and unfavorable weather conditions in June and July. The Australian government recently provided $5 million to Glenmore Space to support the development of the Eris next generation liquid rocket engine, boosting the nation's space ambitions. Eris's hybrid propulsion technology, featuring Cirrus and Phoenix engines, aims to set a precedent as the world's first hybrid rocket to achieve orbit, if successful in future tests. The Boeing orbital spaceport, where Eris launched, received its first orbital launch facility license in March 2024, a significant step for Australia's commercial space infrastructure. Globally, only 6 nations currently launch to orbit regularly, making Eris test flight a key move towards Australia joining this elite group. Despite Eris's failure, it was a huge success as the teams were able to gather enough data to know exactly what went wrong with this rocket. And I'm sure in future tests, Eris will make it to orbit and it will be incredible to see. We are rooting for Australia and Eris. Rocketry is hard and space is even harder. In conclusion to this, the launch of the Eris rocket by Glenmore Space Technologies on July 30th, 2025 marks a historic milestone for Australia's space industry, despite its brief 14-second flight and subsequent crash. This maiden test flight, the first orbital launch attempt from Australian soil in over 50 years, represents a significant step towards establishing sovereign space capabilities for the nation. The event, celebrated with a mix of pride and optimism, by the Glamour Space team and the Australian officials underscores the potential for growth in the commercial space sector, supported by recent government investment of $5 million and a broader $52 million grant. Although this rocket failed to reach orbit due to engine issues, the successful liftoff, clearance of the launch tower, and 23 seconds engine burn provided valuable data that will inform future iterations, particularly Test Flight 2. The global attention, as evident by media coverage from outlets, highlights the international significance of this endeavor, while the enthusiastic responses on X reflect on a collective recognition of the courage and innovation involved, positions Glamour Space as a promising player in the global space race, with lessons learned paving the way for enhanced reliability and performance in upcoming launches, as Australia builds on its rich space heritage. Also, in other updates, we shift our attention to SpaceX to see the incredible work they are doing there. Now, in this week, SpaceX moved Ship 37 to the orbital launch mount after an anomaly with Ship 36 caused damages to Mars's test site, prompting a shift to the launch site for static fire testing. The test follows the FAA's approval of a communication license for Starship Flight 10 on July 12, 2025, with a tentative launch date of August 4th. Ship 37 static fire is scheduled during beach closures on Wednesday or Thursday, reflecting SpaceX's rapid adaptation to use the orbital launch mount due to ongoing repairs at Mars. This move comes in preparation for Starship's IFT 10, which will attempt to catch Booster 16, building on successful catches in Flight 7 and Flight 8. The event follows a June 2025 explosion of Ship 36 during a static fire test, heightening the challenges SpaceX faces in refining the Starship program. SpaceX is also doing an incredible job at their launch site as they are prepping for Ship 37 static fire. Having upgraded the orbital launch mount to support this static fire alone is incredible. The pace at which the engineers at SpaceX moves is unmatched. And sooner than you think, we'll be seeing Ship 37 performs a static fire at the launch complex. It will be incredible to see. Ship 38 is already at Mars undergoing testing. A lot of manpower was shifted to Mars to rebuild the infrastructure during Starship 36's catastrophic event. SpaceX moves at light speed when it comes to infrastructure upgrades. Also, in other updates, SpaceX is planning to blast off Crew 11 to the International Space Station. NASA and SpaceX's Crew 11 mission, set to launch no earlier than August 5th, 2025, marks the 11th crew rotation to the International Space Station, the ISS, under NASA's Commercial Crew Program, heightening ongoing collaborations between NASA and SpaceX. The crew, comprising of NASA's astronaut Xena, Mike, Yumika, and Roscosmos astronaut Oleg, completed a full rehearsal of launch day activity on July 28th at Kennedy Space Center, a critical step before the mission. This mission follows the recent Crew 10 splashdown on July 25th, 2025, off the coast of California, where Crew 10 members returned after their 6-month stay in the ISS. Crew 11's objectives include conducting scientific research, technology demonstrations, and maintenance on the ISS, whilst also contributing to NASA's Artemis campaign by stimulating moon landing scenarios near the lunar South Pole, preparing for future deep space exploration. A SpaceX Dragon spacecraft, named Endeavour, which will carry Crew 11, has a history of successful missions, including NASA and SpaceX's Demo 2, Crew 2, Crew 6, and Crew 8, as well as a private mission Axiom Mission 1, underscoring its reliability. The rehearsal comes amid global space activities, such as Australia's recent Eris rocket launch on July 30th, which, despite failing to reach orbit, signifies growing international interest in space exploration. SpaceX's rapid progress with Starship, including the upcoming Flight 10 scheduled for August 4th, aiming to catch Booster 16, contracts with the meticulous preparation for Crew 11, reflecting diverse approach to space missions. Also regarding the ongoing test of Starship 38 at Masis, the final Block 2 Starship is undergoing cryogenic testing in Boca Chica, Texas, as part of preparations for Flight 11, captured on July 30th, involves filling the ship with cryogenic liquids to check for leaks and structural integrity. This follows the recent moves of Ship 37 to the orbital launch mount for static fire testing after an abnormally with Ship 36 damage to Masis test site. Ship 38's testing is part of SpaceX's rapid iteration process, aiming to refine the Starship design for future missions, including potential lunar and Mars explorations. The global space race is heating up, and slowing down is not an option when it comes to Blue Origin, SpaceX, and other companies. Thank you for staying with us to the end. If you enjoyed the video, kindly smash the like button, subscribe to this channel so that you do not miss any of our future updates. I drop 2 new videos each week. They are all bangers, and trust me, you do not want to miss any of them. Watch this video right here. This was my previous upload and it was a banger. And I will talk to all of y'all in our next episode. Thank you for staying with us.